Well, hello my watch family. Crazy cowboy watchmaker coming at you. We're going to do a little work on this oscillating weight. I got the oscillating weight in. And, excuse me, not the oscillating weight, the oscillating axle. The weight is fine. So we're going to attach this axle that was broke on this Rolex. And I'm going to show y'all how to do it. I want to give a shout out to my mother. She had a rock at the house, and she paints rocks into rabbits and all kinds of cats and all kinds of stuff. But this was one of my favorite things that she had in her house, and I told her about it the other day. And so she painted me this rock, and it says, "Please turn me over." And on the other side, after you pick it up, it says, "Ah, that feels good." I just love that. I'm gonna put that right here so my customers can see it. All right, so what we're gonna do is we are going to put an oscillating weight axle into this weight. And then we're gonna attach it to the automatic wind. And so I've got this camera set up to where you guys can see what I'm doing. So here's the weight. Here's the brand new axle that just came in. And here is the mechanism that winds the watch through the weight swinging, these gears spinning, and it attaches to the ratchet wheel. The ratchet wheel is connected to the mainspring barrel, and the mainspring barrel is what spins, and the mainspring winds up, puts power on the center wheel, and away we go. Now the watch has power and it's running. That's what makes it run. But this weight has to spin, otherwise this watch won't wind. So what we've got, if you can see it, is we've got this axle that came in, and we've got this weight. I'll have to get down here. And then we've got a tool that fits down over that. It's got little ridges in it, and it sinks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little grooves in that thing, and it spreads it. And when it spreads it, it attaches it, and then we come across with a flat punch, and we flatten it out, and now that thing is secure to the weight. So I've got my staking set here. The first thing we need to do is use the center punch to center. So when my there you go. So well, I got all kinds of tools. So we're going to put this axle right here on this plate. We're going to run this punch, that's what it's called. Let me clean that sucker. Now when I get done with all this, I've got to replace some jewels in this thing. I found some crazing. Crazing is what happens to the jewel. It's pressure fitted in. Over a period of time, the glass crazes, which is tiny little cracks, and then those cracks are actually touching that pivot, and that wheel doesn't spin freely. So I found some other issues in this watch, and we're going to get them all resolved. So now we've got that punch down over that shaft, and we're going to use, make sure you can see this, yeah, we're going to use this little hammer. I got a bunch of little hammers. I got that little hammer, I've got that little hammer, I've got, where's my little bitty hammer? Oh, I've got another one of those. I got a little tiny sucker in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I got that little hammer. All these little things, they are used for different, but we use a brass hammer. I've got an old brass hammer in here I've had since 1991, and it has seen some use. So I ordered a new one because the end was coming loose. I love tools. So we're going to seat this thing, and we're going to spread that oscillating weight axle shoulder. Here we go. Bam. Now let's take a look at it and see what we did. Oh yeah. So now we come at it with a flat, and we're gonna spread all those. Come on, get in there. There we go. Spread it, make it flat. We're gonna secure that thing on there. Now it's flat, and booyah, baby, we have accomplished something here. I appreciate y'all joining me. And I'm gonna put this back in the pouch because it's supposed to go right here. And these things are expensive. I got 2 or 3 sets of them. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna check this thing. Oh yeah, she's in there nice. Now we're gonna take this automatic wind, and it's got a little keeper in it, and we're gonna put it right over that hole. There we go. Come on, get on in there. Bam! Look at there. So now we're gonna see if it's gonna spin freely. So that spins freely. That spins pretty free. Now it's not feeling just right to me because I didn't oil it. So I'm gonna oil this sucker. Flip this sucker over. Get a little there. Get a little oil in there. Put this thing on. Get her to seat. Come on. Don't be cantankerous, you little sucker. Alright. Now let's see what we do. Now the reason, one of the things I do when I get this like this, I use my air. Just a little bit of air. And I spin that thing. So that tells me it's a brand new arbor. And it is not spinning freely. That's spinning freely. Get that oil in there. So there's a little friction on that thing, so that shaft is gonna have to be polished. When they make those shafts, they're so daggum tiny. Sometimes you got to polish the part that they sent you. And I have made, where is it? Oh, here it is. So we've got some polishing tools, but I made this, and it just seems to work a little better for me. I put a little rouge on this thing, and I'll run that thing around that shaft, and I'll get that shaft nice and shiny and nice and clean, and basically take off all the little sharp edges that happen when the manufacturing process. So we've got jewels here on this side, we've got jewels here on that side, and that thing is completely flat. So all I'm gonna do is just shine this thing up, make it spin freely. So that's just one of the things that you could put this on and it'd work just fine, but when I spin it, I like for it to go and be absolutely no friction. So the way we do that, we put a little red rouge on this thing, or a little triple E, and we polish up that pivot right there. And I'm gonna do that, come back, and we're gonna have this thing singing. Singing, singing, singing. So I am gonna do a whole lot of polishing today. I got a whole lot of factory finishing today, and yesterday I went at this thing, and this is that tag, and she turned out real nice. I'm gonna have my ultrasonic knock some of the ink out, so I'm gonna go back and redo all the ink in those numbers, and it turned out really nice. We've got mirror finish here, satin finish here, mirror finish here, satin finish here, and this thing turned out really, really beautiful. I don't know if you can see that, but boy, she's shining like a new penny. Get my fingerprints. And once, and I do want to say, when I'm messing with these movements and I'm putting them together and showing you what I'm doing, at the end of the day, I'll take it all apart, put it back in the cleaner, clean it again, put my gloves on, and assemble these things with my gloves on so there is no fingerprints. But right now, I'm troubleshooting this movement. And I want to make sure, before I put it together and get it to run, there is nothing in this watch that's going to cause trouble in the future, because I give a 2-year warranty just like a brand new Rolex. And it's going to look brand new, it's going to run brand new. I use that high 30-year synthetic oil that doesn't turn to dust over a period of time. And this troubleshooting process, I don't wear gloves because I'm trying to find the teeth, I'm trying to find the jewels that have cracks, I'm trying to find the brass wheels. These brass wheels are really, really soft. And if anything in this watch looks just a little bit wore out. So I'll tell you, I did find right here, when you pull the stem out, the watch is supposed to stop. So there's a balance stop spring in here. That balance stop spring, as I was looking at it and working with it, had a crack in it. It's very, very common. So I looked at it very closely. And I don't know if you can see this, but that balance stop spring right there had a crack, and that's very, very common. So I went ahead and took that off and ordered a new one just now. So we've got jewels coming, we've got some kiff springs coming that are kind of worn. We've got that balance stop spring that had a crack in it that I found, and that's just about all the things that are wrong with this watch. I think once I get all the parts in, we are going to be in good shape. But I'm not sending this thing out the door until it is perfect. So today I'm done with this case pretty much. I gotta put some black ink in those recessed numbers. I don't know if you can see that. We're missing the black ink on the 20 and on the 50 and on the 40, which is kind of common. My ultrasonic's very strong. When I put this thing down in ultrasonic, it'll beat that ink right out of those crevices. So I've got my black ink right here. I'll mix up some solution, get the black ink in there, make sure it dries, put it under my heat lamp, and then I'm going to do the back and the band here in just a minute. So I'm going to film myself buffing, and I think I'll probably do a voiceover, and I'll speed it up because it's really, really boring when I'm sitting over there doing my factory finishing. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me. This is almost 13-minute video, and I've been having a lot of fun in here. Got a few more watches in I got to restore, and I've met a lot of customers today. I've got my new coffee from Uganda. I ground. Ooh, you got to see that. Oh, man. So, I ground my coffee, my Uganda coffee. And man, I'm telling you what, this whole building smells. Smells like coffee. So look at that. Oh my God, that looks so good. Anyway, I got a little container here. Oh, that smells good. I'm fixing to make me a pot. I don't need any more coffee. Look at this. All right, look at that. Oh my goodness, man, that smells like heaven. So I'm fixing to make me a pot of coffee. I don't need no more. But that Ninja Blender, man, that thing is a coffee grinding little son of a gun. Well, I can lick little ones. Anyway, I'm real excited about this new blend from Uganda. And I took the Guatemala home, and I'm making coffee at the house in the morning with my Guatemala coffee. But anyway, wish you guys could come visit. We'll have a nice cup of coffee. And we can talk about anything. If you don't want to talk about watches, we can talk about life. We can talk about your mental stability. We can talk about your goals, expectations, your salvation, what's going on with all these floods and all these earthquakes and all these fires. You know, is God coming back? Don't know. Nobody knows. But I'm ready. I'm ready. I don't feel like I deserve it, but I really do want to go to heaven and be with Jesus when I die. I might be with my brother. I know my mom and my dad are going to heaven, and I really want to see them. They're still alive. They got the headstone out in the cemetery. You can go look at it, and it's got the birth date, but it don't have the death date. Boy, makes me tear up every time I go over and look and know that's where my parents are going to be laying. My brother's right there beside them. He died of cancer last year, so I'm hitting all the methylene blue. I'm taking chlorophyll matcha. I'm eating equipoise and fenbendazole every day. I'm fasting for 72 hours. I'm doing everything I should do to keep my body from getting cancer, because some of this chemicals I've been in as an engineer and a machinist, you got to wear a hazmat suit around them things now, and I used to wash my cuts in them. So if anybody's going to get cancer, it's going to be me. So I'm taking all the precautions and being healthy. I'm also going to start on this little puppy. She's really scratched up. I am going to take pictures first. I always forget that because I get excited. But anyway, it's been great visiting with you guys. Thanks for joining me in the shop today. Crazy Cowboy Watchmaker. And last video, I actually had story time. I told stories, got a good punchline. And every week, maybe 2 times a week, I sit down, I tell y'all a story. So this is my life. This is my work. This is my shop. This is where I'm at. Just kicking around, fixing watches. Toodles. All right, I'm back. I just made a video, and it's oscillating weight axle. Didn't act as free as I wanted it to act. So I got my diamond dust and a bit of ruby powder, put on that thing. I polished that daggum shaft up, that axle up. I keep calling it an arbor, but it's an axle actually, or shaft. And so now we've got it really shiny, and what I want to see is a little bit of air spins this thing, and it goes, and it is free. See that? See that? Hold on, James. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. See that thing go. Whoa! Yeah. She's free as a whistle now. That's exactly what I wanted. So sometimes you gotta think and figure out, you know, that's a brand new shaft. It's a tiny little thing. It might have some edges on it, might have some ridges on it. It didn't feel free to me. And this thing, when that weight spins, boy, it's supposed to be real free, and that's gonna wind the watch. So we got that handled, and now we are in good shape. Thanks to my paper clip and a little diamond dust, shine that thing up. I've had that since 1991. Probably need to put a new string on it. So that worked out well. I appreciate you guys joining me. Get all these staking tools set and put back. So every once in a while I got to clean up my desk and put all the tools back where they go, because when I open a drawer, I have 33 drawers in this thing, and I know exactly what every tool, which drawer every tool is in. And I reach down there and I grab that drawer, and I'm like, where is my so-and-so? And then I'll look up here and it'll be on my desk. So I start putting everything back after every job, get a new piece of paper. And so we're gonna put this back. We are finished with this. Now we're gonna cover it up. I don't want any accidents happening or anybody. Nothing touching it, no dust getting in it. So we got a lot of parts on order for this watch. We got a kiss spring, we got a jewel that had some crazing going on. We got a balance stop spring that had a crack in it. So the other video I was telling you, this thing has a lot of problems. The dial is discolored, the oscillating weight had all kinds of oxidation. So water has been in this watch. And the case tube was just toast. I mean, literally toast. Not sure where I put that case tube, but there was no threads on it. So guess what? If the case tube ain't working, that's what seals the watch. And you take a shower or whatever, you think it's okay, but until you screw that crown down on that case tube, the case tube hits the back gasket in the back of the crown, and then you've got an O-ring gasket in the middle of the case tube, and that gets dry. So this watch was not waterproof, obviously, because there's a lot of water damage. So I see this all the time, and I don't want to see any accidents. 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 I don't want to see any ac if I ever run into a part like those jewels and like that balance stop that I need to order, I don't ever call the customer and say, hey, I found some parts missing or broke. I'm gonna have to order, so I'm gonna need more money. So I don't do that. I just buy it, and I tell the customer what I replaced, and the quote that I gave the customer at the very beginning is exactly what they pay at the very end. No matter what I find in this watch, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it and eat it, and I'm gonna get this watch fixed right, and the price that I quoted is the price that they pay. Sometimes everything in the watch is good and I don't have to order a whole bunch of parts, but I'm spending some money on this puppy, and the customer knows it, but I'm not going to tell them I need more money. It's just the way I do business. I give them a quote, and that's what it is at the end, no matter what I find. So I feel like that I've run into that with getting my vehicle repaired, and I've run into that several times where, oh, somebody's doing some work for you, and now all of a sudden they're wanting more money because of a problem they encountered. And I do not do business that way. I quote the price at the very beginning, and that is the price at the very end, no matter what I find inside, no matter how much money I have to spend to get this thing working properly, working perfect. I am a perfectionist, and I take all the necessary steps to make sure that everything is perfect, because I'm giving a brand new Rolex warranty, which is a 2-year warranty. And I'm telling you, 10 years from now, if you're a Rolex customer and you did service with me, I actually told Tim and Gail this morning, and you just accidentally whack your watch on a brick wall or something, and it was an accident, and I did the service on it. You come see me, we'll sit down, we'll talk. I'll probably just put a new crystal in it while you wait, not charge you nothing. I mean, my warranty is my warranty, and these people become my friends once I do a service for them. So I'm making a lot of new friends. I kind of keep to myself, and don't go out a lot, don't party, my kids were my friends, and they're all busy and doing really well. Proud of them, love them to death. Got some grandkids on the way. Matter of fact, today or tomorrow, the next day, I'm supposed to have another grandbaby. So I'm trying to just keep to myself, and I'm glad I can bring you guys into this world that I live in. I'm probably gonna live to be 90, 95, so I got 30, 35 years in me, maybe 37, and this is gonna be where I'm working, and this is gonna be my life. And I hope you guys enjoy my videos. This is a great place to be, and I've got a real comfortable recliner right there. You come in here and sit down. I'll stop what I'm doing, we'll just visit, and maybe you can help me, maybe I can help you, or maybe we can just laugh together. Laughter is pretty much the cure for everything. So you guys take care. Hope you have a great week. Today's Tuesday, July the 8th, and we're going to pray for all those flooding victims and all those children and all those families. Man, I'm not going to, I can't even talk about it. Jeez. Well, good afternoon, my watch family. Crazy Cowboy Watchmaker back in the shop today. It is July the 9th, 2025. I got a couple things I want to talk to you about. I've got some projects going here, and I did want to mention, I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but I had my shirts made. Bailey's Rolex Restoration, James J. Bailey, Certified Master Horologist. So these shirts are kind of cool. Camo is my favorite color. These aren't necessarily camo, but they're close enough for me. In any case, I love my shirts. Got my uniform on. Starch Wranglers, boots, cowboy hat. Come in here and start the day. I've got this tag, and yesterday I did a lot of factory finishing on it, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is one of the hardest factory finishings that I ever get to do is these tags, because there's so many angles. And so what I'm going to do is, I've got this thing. Now, another thing I wanted to mention, when I take these things apart, I don't use gloves because I'm troubleshooting. And once I take it apart, clean it, put it all back together, troubleshoot all the pivots, troubleshoot all the jewels, make sure there's no, when you press these jewels in, they're in the bridges and the base plate. Over years, 20 years, 30 years, the pressure, and it's just glass. They say rubies, but that's a long time ago. It's glass, and that pressure creates crazing. Crazing is minuscule cracks in the jewels. And so once I take this thing apart, clean it, put it back together, I analyze every gear, every tooth, every jewel, everything that's in this watch. And then once I verify what's broke, like for instance, this Rolex right here, I took it all apart, tried to check it out, see what's up with it, and I found a couple of things. Found a bad jewel, and this is the balance stop spring. When you pull the stem out, the balance is supposed to stop, and it was stopping, but I put my double loop on this thing, and I had a crack right here on that balance stop spring. So I went ahead and pushed on it, pulled that thing out. Sure enough, it was cracked. So I've got that ordered. I've got kiff spring ordered. The kiff spring was a little mangled. That's a little chingoletta right there. My God. And I have already drank way too much coffee. I tell you what, I'm a coffee nut. I got some coffee in from Uganda. Man, it's good. In any case, there's that little bitty spring right there. It's a little whomper jawed, so I got a couple of them coming. My date wheel looks good. I've got to do some work on this dial right here. It's got some discoloration, patina, whatever you want to call it. But once I get these things all verified that everything in this watch is good, then I take it all back apart and I clean it again, put it all back together, oil it properly, and I know that I have checked every single gear, pivot, tooth, cam, you name it, click spring, balance stop spring, cannon pinion. I mean, I've checked it all out. And then the last time I put it together, I put my gloves on. And that is when I'm not allowed to touch the parts when it's fixing to go back in the watch. So this particular tag, I'm gonna set this aside. This particular tag has been a challenge. And the reason being is that the tag has just as many parts as Rolex because it's an automatic weight movement. And I've got it covered up right here. I'm gonna uncover it. And this particular movement is basically the same thing as a Rolex. It's got the automatic weight winding apparatus, the balance, cannon pinion, all the winding gears. But I've already cleaned this thing and it is keeping perfect time. I had to do some adjustments to the poising and the truing and to make sure that that balance staff was completely poised so that the weight's correct. Stem side down, stem side up, dial side down, 6 positions. It has to keep perfect time in all 6 positions. Otherwise, depending on where the watch is when it's being worn, it won't keep as good a time in different positions. So that is a very, very important process of getting these watches to where no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're at, no matter how you're wearing it, whether it's in a drawer or on your arm, all 6 positions, it keeps perfect time. If you're very, very active, Rolex, their specs are 3 to 5 seconds a day fast. Oh shoot. Depending on if you're playing cricket ball or playing golf, or you got a whole lot of knocks, which disturbs that rotation. Now, Rolex runs about 29,800 beats an hour. A regular watch runs 18,000 beats an hour. So different watches run at different beats, which means the balance wheel's just moving faster. Tick, 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 tick is 18. Tick, 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 tick. And that's where they come up with perpetual. It's actually still ticking, just like a regular watch. It's just ticking a whole lot faster. And so that makes it look smooth and perpetual. Same thing with this Caliber 5 automatic Tag Heuer. This is a bad of the bone mamma jamma. And it is built well. It's a very expensive watch. So I've got this movement ready to go in. I've got this case. Now I want you to look at this case. We've got mirror finish right here, satin finish on the back, mirror finish on the edges. Beautiful, look at that. All right, and we've got mirror finish right here on the side, and we've got satin finish right here on the top, and mirror finish on this buckle. Now here comes the tricky part. When you're finishing this bad boy, you got to have satin finish going outside in a sunburst direction. Now when I got this watch, a lot of these numbers, the ink was missing in the numbers, so I went ahead and replaced all the ink, used my thinner and my lacquer, and then heated it up with my heat lamp, sealed that stuff in there. And the tops of these are mirror, the edge is mirror, and right here on the edge, the side, it's satin finish this direction, and then these ears are satin finish that direction. So you talk about a whole lot of taping, a whole lot of buffing, a whole lot of satin finish will work. And now we're ready to put this thing together. So I've got this crystal. You got to be real careful, right? So this crystal is a big old 4mm crystal. That's a 5mm crystal, and the edge of it goes in this plastic ring right here, but the edge of it needs just a little bit of silicone. Now the other tricky part is this thing's got a dadgum date window on it, so that date window has to sit down, well, exactly at the 3 o'clock position. So luckily, all right, I'm at the 3 o'clock. Now, I've got a crystal press here, and you gotta put this thing in here and get it nice and straight. A little pressure on it all the way around. Until it slides in there. There we go. So crystal's in. Got a little silicone around. Now this is my Rolex. This is a watchmaker's. It takes the fingerprints off stuff, and you can actually pick up parts with it, but you stretch this stuff out and it gets real hot. It's called Rolex. R-I-D-I-C-O. And you stretch this stuff out and it gets real hot. And the hotter it gets, the more absorption rate as far as the grease goes. So I'm gonna look at this crystal. I'm gonna make sure there's no little particles. And if there is any little particles, this Rolex will suck it up. So the other thing I did is this back. This back is finished in a circular motion. So I put it on my lathe and I got my satin finish, and I started in the direct middle right here and run it out, and it creates that satin finish in a circular motion. And that's how TAG does it, that's how TAG wants it, and that's how I do it. So that thing had a lot of dents in it. I'm not sure how the backs get dents in it, but they do. Now we've got a gasket that goes in this little groove right here. So I've got a gasket cleaner and a gasket oiler. So this gasket goes in here and it'll clean it, and it'll put just enough oil on it. Now I've got my hands greasy. I'm gonna have to change gloves. But while I'm handling this thing, so I'm gonna drop this thing right down in here. And now we've got the gasket in place. So now that I've touched grease This thing, it's got grease on it. I can't use these gloves anymore. Give me another pair. So yesterday was a pretty good day. I did a lot of factory finishing. Got the buffing done on this sucker. Customer's gonna be so happy. This thing was all beat up. One thing about putting gloves on after you've had gloves on, your hands are sweaty. This sucker don't go on very good. So I'm gonna put this movement in this case. That's what we call casing it up. Already got the band on it, put new pins in it. It's a new gasket. And we are going to put this right here. I don't know if you can see. All right, so this stem comes out, 2 clicks. There's a little button right here. Pull the button out. Now the other thing we got to do is we got to make sure there's no minuscule particles or pieces or lint or dust or fingerprints or anything on this dial. And we are golden. So let me flip this thing around and get the stem facing towards me. So here we go. We're gonna case this sucker up. We're gonna put that right down in there. All right, so we've got a little bit of silicone grease that needs to go inside this case tube. It's got a gasket on the inside of this, and when you push that thing in and you screw that thing down, all them O-rings have silicone grease on them, and that just helps with. Now I've touched that gasket again. I'm gonna have to change gloves again. So let's put this stem in. We're gonna touch that gently. See if we can get that thing to go in there. We'll see. Sometimes it's better to do it down here. All right, we've got the stem in. We're gonna put the case on. Make sure there's no dust in here. Case it up in here in just a minute. I'll be done with this puppy and I'll call a customer. That was fun. I enjoyed that. And I would say I'm gonna have another cup of coffee, but I've already had 3 cups. And I tell you what, this is some strong coffee. I tell you something. The other day, I had a customer come in here and he had a watch, and it wasn't worth $5, but it was worth $1 million to him. And he sat down in the chair and I was talking coffee, and he said, I want to try some of that coffee. So I poured him a cup. Continue on with my story. I poured him a cup and he drank about half a coffee cup, and he's sitting there and we're just talking. We're talking about his dogs and talking about his life in college and what he's going to do with his life. And all of a sudden he starts trembling and his knees were shaking, and he was like, oh Lord, that coffee is strong. I said, boy, do you not drink coffee? He said, well, not very often, but he said, I don't know, well, what's in that? And I said, well, it's just coffee. It's really strong. It's dark. He said, he put that cup down. He said, oh my gosh. He said, I do believe I'm done for the day. He said, I don't know what I'm going to do now. And his legs were shaking, and he shook my hand. He said, thank you for fixing my watch, but that coffee is just way too strong. And I started laughing. And sometimes after I've had 2 or 3 cups in the morning and I'm trying to fix watches, and boy, that coffee's hitting me, boy, it's hitting me hard. I just want to go run, do some push-ups. Just got so much daggum energy. So I think I'm just going to drink my water for the rest of the day. In any case, it's been great. And thank you for joining me, my watch family. We're fixing to start on this gents. This is my next project. This is a GMT Master. And we've got a bezel ordered, make them colors blue and that red, nice. We're gonna refinish this band. We're gonna do a factory finish. I call it the full mill deal on the works. Got all the parts ordered, and we are fixing to start this puppy here in just a minute. So it's been great. Enjoyed talking to you guys. Man, I'm telling you, being in this watch shop, this little world I live in, I'll be here for the next 30 years. I think I've said that about 10 times. And it don't get to me. It did. Being in here alone all day, it's awful quiet. And I do listen to my music. I can't turn that music on when I got the YouTube going because I don't have my copyright stuff in order. So we'll work on that. In any case, it's been a good day so far. I will talk to you guys later. We might take a look at this tag when I get it completely finished. And I wish I could film the customers coming in and when seeing the faces when they see their watch completely restored, and you get a sense of how much they care about the watch and how much they love their watch. I've got so many, I'm not attached to one, but a lot of people have one watch that they love. They wear it to death, and they're so excited to get it back, looking new, running new, and it is my job, and I wear that hat with honor. So we'll talk to you after a while. Well, hello everybody. Crazy Cowboy Watchmaker coming at you. I finished the tag. All it is, put the back on it, put the band on it. Got some new pins. And we've timed this puppy out, and she is running perfect. And I'm gonna put my gloves on so I can handle this. And I'm gonna show you what I did. Got a GMT Master 2. I'm fixing to start. Band buckle back, and I ordered a blue and red bezel insert because this thing's just a little bit faded. So we're gonna get that thing taken care of. Now this crystal pressed in just fine, and the back went on. It's sealed. Depth tested it. Got new case tube in it. Got new pins in it. New mainspring. New clutch wheel. We're golden on this thing, so I'm gonna use my little rag that don't create scratches and polish this thing up and call the customer. It's ready. Every time you get that mirror finish like that, you touch it with your fingerprints, you leave fingerprints on it. So I'll show you what I did. Man, this thing turned out beautiful. This guy's gonna be amazed because he beat the heck out of this watch. So, what we've got here, let me move this over a little bit. We've got a tag. Crystal's good. Mirror finish, satin finish on the starburst pattern. Mirror finish, satin finish. Mirror finish on this edge right here. Satin finish on the flat edge. Mirror finish on this case. Satin finish on the top, satin finish on the top, and then we've got mirror finish on the edges of the band. I'm just take pictures of this, and we're gonna put this in our on my Facebook page. But I've got that back satin finish in a circle, and this thing is like a brand new watch. Look at that thing go! Oh my God, it is just beautiful. Beautiful. Put my hat up, put my glasses on. I checked this watch, double checked this watch, took it all apart, found all the problems, ordered the parts, put it back together, or I cleaned it, put it back together. And I always take watches apart, troubleshoot, clean them, oil them, just like I'm gonna service them. I find all the issues inside the watch. And then once I find the issues inside the watch, you've got to have it clean. You've got to have it serviced, basically, to troubleshoot it. Once you troubleshoot it, then you take it all back apart. And then you clean it again, oil it again, time it, make sure everything's kosher. Then you put your gloves on, put that thing back together. Well, you put your gloves on, put that thing back together so there's no fingerprints on the parts. And then you time it. And at the end stage, I've got a heat lamp. I heat the inside of the watch up. And there's moisture in the air. You put a glass of ice water down on the table and it just starts drawing moisture out of the air. So there is moisture in the air. We don't want that moisture in that watch when I seal it. So I'll heat the inside of the watch up, drive all that moisture out, and it's hot, and that moisture will go, and then I'll put that back on with the silicone on the gasket, and shing, voila. We are ready to call the customer and come pick this puppy up. And I'm gonna start on this GMT here in just a minute. But anyway, this thing was a long, drawn-out process because of all the factory finishing I had to do on this bezel. That's a tough deal, man, I tell you. I'm glad all watches aren't like that, but we got all the dents out of the side, completely mirror, all the mirror on the back, right on the ears, satin on the band. Man, this thing is just like brand new. What a job that was. Holy smokes. In any case, she is done. And now we can start on another one. So every week I have story time. I had a story the other day I told about the gorilla in the tree. That was pretty good. And I'm gonna shut this off and I'm gonna turn it back on because my editor is gonna be on vacation. So I'm gonna do another story time. I gotta think of a story though. So I'm gonna turn this off, call a customer, have him come pick it up. And I'm so excited to see his reaction and to see his face because he beat the living crap out of this thing. Where that where that sucker? It's supposed to be for kids. And so I gotta watch it. Anyway, man, I tell you what, thanks for being with me, having y'all in the shop with me, kicking around, fixing watches, and just being able to visit with you guys. I tell you what, it brings joy to my heart. This is not a normal watch. I've watched a bunch of watch repair and they're quiet. They practice, they got it all right. They turn the camera, they video just the little thing. It's no talking. Man, that's not what I'm about. I want to bring you guys into my shop and experience my day. It's cool in here. I laid off the coffee. Tell you what, that coffee is strong. It'll kick your butt. So now I'm drinking water. So I got to think of a story, and then I'm gonna tell it, and that'll be for next week. My editor's gonna be out of town, so I tell you what. Oh, I keep forgetting. So I'm not gonna forget today. So if you guys would like and share, maybe subscribe. I gotta have 1,000 viewers before I can even get a subscribe button. And if you guys would like and share,